At the age of 4 months, Jemma's sensitivity to foods was so high that it was even transferable through breast milk. Recovery of her severe eczema involved her mother eliminating all trigger foods from her own diet. At the age of 18 months, in conjunction with weaning and the resulting loss of mother's natural antihistamines, Jemma became anaphylactic to the same foods she had required her mother eliminate. The 2020 on Jemma's severe allergies. Jemma, October 6, 2017. Anaphylactic reaction to inhalation of milk dust from a stuffed toy. Anaphylaxis is an extreme form of allergic reaction. Triggers of anaphylaxis include many substances. Only a trace amount of the trigger may be needed to cause a severe reaction. Food sensitivity can be so severe that a systemic allergic reaction can occur to particle inhalation, such as the odors of cooked fish or the opening of a package of peanuts. The symptoms can vary person to person and attack to attack, and can affect many parts of the body, mildly or severely. For some, the reaction begins very slowly, but for most, the symptoms appear rapidly and abruptly. The reaction may happen within minutes of contact, within hours, or, occasionally, days after contact. Jemma experiences life-threatening anaphylactic attacks to trace amounts of many common foods. In addition to ingestion and inhalation, transfer to the skin as well as mucous membranes can also result in anaphylaxis. Her typical symptom is shock, a drop in blood pressure, resulting in sudden energy loss. In the school setting, her triggers are unavoidable as they include dairy, egg, sesame, tree nuts and peanuts. Anaphylaxis is defined by shock or breathing symptoms, or more than one affecting the skin, stomach or brain. While some symptoms such as shock and difficulty breathing are life-threatening, others, such as skin, stomach and brain, are indicators to look for other reactions. Typically the symptoms get rapidly worse, and without treatment, can cause death. Shock. Weak but rapid pulse, falling blood pressure, pale skin, dizziness, fainting. Breathing. Wheezing or throat swelling indicated by the feeling of a lump or tightness in the throat, or difficulty talking. Skin. Itching, hives, flushing, rash, or swelling. Stomach. Cramps, nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea. Brain. Cognitive or emotional distress, impending sense of doom and or anxiety, confusion, or dizziness. Ingestion of sesame seeds can result in delayed allergic response, as it can take up to several days to break down the seed walls or be voided. Jemma has experienced 10-hour delays in reactions, as well as secondary reactions, 30 hours post-ingestion. Her symptoms included stomach cramping and vomiting, light swelling of the eyes and lips, and a light rash on the upper half of one cheek. This allergic reaction is classified as anaphylaxis because it involved multiple body systems, stomach, and skin. Within 4 minutes of a tiny lick of coconut cream spilt on her hands, Jemma suffered anaphylaxis. The photos, taken in the preceding minute, demonstrate how subtle and quickly she became unable to communicate her needs and get help. Later, it was determined that this particular coconut cream contained sodium derived from dairy.
And now in slow-mo.
Jemma approaches her dad and asks to be carried to Mom. Her request was unsuccessful, as he didn't realize she was experiencing anaphylactic shock. In her attempt to reach Mom, Jemma becomes unstable on her feet. Seconds later, Jemma collapses, with her face remaining directly on the snow. Jemma is unresponsive to several requests to get her face out of the snow. but when she does, it becomes apparent that she is not well. Catching anaphylactic reactions early is critical to positive outcomes. This requires having someone around who knows where the pen is when it is needed and how to use it. Quick symptom recognition and immediate treatment are vital in prevention of brain damage or loss of life. The longer you wait to administer an EpiPen, the harder it is to stop the reaction, mild or severe. Jemma tries to stand and collapses. She is in a state of shock from a life-threatening blood pressure drop. Jemma's typical anaphylactic symptoms cause her to rapidly lose her physical and mental ability to self-assess, administer medication, and get help. First aid measures for anaphylaxis include attempting to remove the allergen, if possible, administration of EpiPen, call paramedics, CPR, if not breathing, and send to hospital via ambulance. Jemma typically describes her reactions as feeling funny, being glued, my brain being dumb, or my chest being squished. As is characteristic with young children, Jemma also easily falls prey to social distraction, which delays self-identification. Her many previous anaphylactic experiences has resulted in a fear of needles. She is likely to fight treatment or run away. Asthma increases the risk of anaphylaxis and complications by 20%. Jemma has severe allergic asthma that can render her unable to breathe from one breath to the next. These include inhaled food dust, powders, alder pollen, cat dander, dust mites, forest fire smoke, scent, hot-cold transitions, cigarette smoke, and even choking. Sub-zero weather, followed by alder pollen season, run the majority of the school year. Summertime brings issues of poor air quality and forest fire smoke. She experiences many critical attacks each year. Careful tracking of symptoms allows for medication changes as needed. Taking steps to help avoid triggers is an important part of controlling asthma and minimizing disruptions caused by asthma. Acting quickly results in the reduction of severe attacks and decreased need in controlled medications. Jemma uses a peak flow meter to measure how much air she can quickly exhale as an indicator as how well her lungs are working. This system can help quickly determine asthma severity and identify signs of an asthma attack. Low readings indicate worsening asthma. This information helps recognize when to adjust treatment and prevent an asthma flare-up. Emergency treatment is via rescue inhaler. However, asthma is also often a key manifestation of anaphylaxis, and a puffer is not sufficient to halt this type of reaction. Best practice indicates that if an asthmatic person also has food allergies, an EpiPen should be used as primary treatment for severe asthmatic episodes. With Jemma's sensitivity, even trace amounts of allergens transferred to the skin from common surfaces can result in immediate localized swelling and redness. Contact urticaria, also referred to as allergic eczema, can result in anaphylaxis when scratched into the bloodstream or further transferred to mucous membranes. Contact reactions therefore require emergency treatment. The affected area must be immediately washed. If it persists, and anaphylaxis has been ruled out, antihistamines can alleviate discomfort. Allergens from transfer are unavoidable. Wearing long sleeves and pants, enforcement of regular hand washing, and reminders as to not putting hands on her face has reduced these reactions from daily occurrences to weekly. We have come a long way in treatment of asthma and severe allergies. As opposed to the bubble approach, Jemma's parents are advocates in her inclusive participation in public education. This supportive platform will help her develop the social and self-advocacy skills necessary for personal safety and independence in her adult life. In comparison to the general student population, she is at a significantly increased need for monitoring and interventions. In order to participate in the norms of everyday life, Jemma relies on high doses of maintenance and emergency medications. Side effects of medication have resulted in additional medical problems and necessity for changes to her maintenance medication regimes. Jemma has had success with desensitization to both wheat and almonds. These are 18 months dedicated processes that slowly chip away at her expansive list of allergens. Desensitization involves daily ingestion of increased quantities of an allergen prior to the ingestion of other foods. For several hours after ingestion, there is an increased risk of anaphylaxis. To date, Jemma relies on others to identify her severe allergic symptoms and for emergency treatment. This means being with her on the ride or handing off the responsibility to someone who can. Jemma is learning to self-advocate, but changes in school routine, such as a substitute teacher or class party involving food, cause her anxiety. Those tasked with her care need to be informed as to her special needs and be vigilant in maintaining clear lines of sight so they can identify even mild symptoms of anaphylaxis. When outside, Jemma wears a yellow vest to facilitate supervisors in tracking her. In addition to life-threatening severe asthma and anaphylaxis reactions to many substances, Jemma also has many seasonal and environmental allergies and allergic eczema. Her severity and the vast array of allergic responses requires the assessor to have prior knowledge of her current state of health. Energy level may be low due to cold or flu. Eyes and nose may be leaking and itchy due to seasonal allergies. Antihistamine use can hide the symptoms of anaphylaxis. Trouble breathing from anaphylaxis may be dismissed as asthma. May already have an eczema rash that can be mistaken for anaphylaxis, or an anaphylaxis rash may be dismissed as eczema. As a visual cue, on days that compromised health may complicate assessment of severe allergic reaction, or she is in need of adaptations, Jemma wears an orange sash. Communications regarding her needs are relayed from home through a daily report in her logbook and updated throughout the day. Jemma has a chronic health designation with special needs relating to severe allergies. Her individual education plan outlines in detail the universal classroom and essential supports that are required. Jemma has a severe allergy emergency plan that encompasses anaphylaxis, contact reactions, and asthma. The asthma portion of her emergency plan outlines how to assess severity and the necessary course of treatment based on the symptoms and peak flow results. Outside and eating times are most critical for Jemma. Supervisors are provided with a waterproof copy of her emergency plans as well as a quick reference guide as to her special needs. If a supervisor notes the orange sash, it is their cue to seek, hand off, information or check the notes on her daily report. Images shared today mark some of the worst moments in Jemma's life. They are the result of trying to live outside of a protective bubble. Every outing has an emergency action plan attached, but with adaptations, Jemma gets to participate in most of life's joys. Even those as simple as her first ever bite of an iced cupcake.